So, there is a new man at the top of Italian politics. It's been a long time coming, and how long might he be there? Since February, as a general election, there's been deadlock in Parliament. So, can Enrico Letta start moving things along? The President has asked him to sit down with the different parties, all bitter rivals, to forge a coalition. What chances does Mr. Letta have? Well, a man who knows him well is the Italian political commentator Enrico Colombo. What's he like?
Well, he's a very nice man. He speaks fantastic English, which is very unusual for an Italian politician. I interviewed him for a documentary, The End of the Berlusconi Era. In December 2011, everyone was celebrating, of course, in the left, the centre-left coalition, the end of the Berlusconi era. I interviewed him together with Prodi. He was part of that coalition and those governments. He's been one of the youngest ministers in the Italian Republic. And he was the youngest.
Yeah, and he's a political veteran, isn't he? I mean, he's only 46, but he's been in 4 different governments. Does he bring leadership or does he bring managerial subtlety to this?
Definitely the latter. He's a deputy. He was the deputy of the Democratic Party. He's been in governments, but never in a very prominent position. He's a man who can, as you said, manage situations, and this is very much the situation that needs to be managed. Last week, Italian politics fell apart. The Democratic Party could not get Prodi elected as the head of state. The mayor of Florence is popping up as the new candidate for Prime Minister. This is a government that is not going to last long.
This is the man, of course, who fancies his chances. And I think Letta's uncle, Gianni, is still a close aide, or was a close aide, to Berlusconi. What's his scheme at the moment, do you think?
Well, Gianni Letta was the man between Berlusconi and the Vatican for many, many years. He was in the parliament the very day the Monti swore in, and unfortunately was left out of the Monti government altogether. Berlusconi is a very, very strong position at the moment. His party in the polls is about 39%. The Democratic Party, for what they did last week, has gone down to about 27%. Berlusconi would like to go to the election tomorrow. The parties and very much the country cannot afford it. So Letta is going to take the Italian parties, the Italian government, and very much the parliamentarians have just been elected. Almost 1,000 parliamentarians have been elected, and 2/3 of those parliamentarians are very young, inexperienced MPs and senators. So he's going to take them into reforms. We need a new electoral law. We need economic reforms. We need a job act for the unemployed.
How are you going to get any of this when you look at the deadlock that's been around since February? I mean, what has Letta got that nobody else has?
Oh, well, Italian politics are fascinating. You'll be surprised what Enrico Letta is going to come up with, mostly because we can afford anything else. The markets have been very clement with Italy. You know, the spread has gone down, and in fact, the stock exchange in Milan has been booming. Letta is the man, is the international man that will put together a good bunch of ministers to do the reforms. Saccomanni, the actual Director General of the Banca d'Italia, equivalent to Bank of England, is tipped to be the Chancellor, in charge of the economy. And Monti himself is tipped to be the Foreign Secretary. So he's a good team of technocrats and capable politicians.
Twice married, 3 children, a fan of dire straits. What does that say about Italian politics, I wonder?
He's definitely not a kind of a rock kind of politician, rock and roll kind of politician. He's very amicable as a person. He's a Tuscan, he's from Pisa, he went to a very important university. He has a good team of people working for him. He's very good on social networking. He did a good election. He got lots of MPs elected in different and difficult places, like in Naples or very much in Genoa. So his people did very well. He's been appointed Prime Minister because of what he did, and he's very much the kind of person that is going to take the Democratic Party and very much the Italian Parliament into the new phase. The new phase, most likely, is general election in October.
All right, it's fascinating to see how he gets on. Marco, thank you very much indeed for coming in and talking to us on the programme. Stay with us, because still to come, we'll be having a look at